Hello, my name is Gregtech82, and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. I'm just in the middle of a blood moon here, so that's always exciting, looking out there and seeing a whole lot of things, but finally got my entire base enclosed in glass, even down here. So yeah, we are pretty much safe. I mean, Enderman can still teleport in and mess up gravel and the dirt down here, which I still haven't switched out. Need to come up with a flooring as well. But yeah, so in between episodes, just kind of crafting random stuff here. I got all the things set up for a macerator. I figured get rid of this and get a macerator because that thing is really slow. Now, actually, I'm kind of curious. No, that's not what I want. So they're crushed. So many different crushed ores. I think that's not all of them, though. Yeah, this is like all stuff I've never even heard of. Is that even a thing? Yeah, crushed iron. So it uses two EU protect, so that's like really low. I don't know what obsidian. I'm just trying to figure out where I should put it in the line. 2 EU protect. I wish I could click on this and get all the recipes so I can kind of quickly scan through. Oh, right here. That's where it is. I know there's 16,000. Alright, so it looks like just kind of quickly going through. They're all 2 EU protect. So that can be really far down the line, actually. So I'll just throw it right there for now, I think. Just double check I have the right cables here. Fortunately, it's a bit dark because of the blood moon, and I can't really do anything about it. Alright. I'm going to leave that there for now, I think. Actually, no, I'm not. Ooh, I almost jumped on that. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Leave that, and then I want to move this down. That's what I wanted to do. Get rid of that. Oops. Alright, looks like the blood moon is basically over. Yep, there it goes. Alright, so steam furnace will go there. And then I'm slowly going to replace all these. Yeah, I threw all the batteries in the battery slots and they've all actually charged. I just gotta get them out of my inventory. I will throw... I need like a thing where I can put all my stuff that I'm not going to use anymore. Because I can smelt that back down with the, not that one, the arc furnace. Some oxygen, the arc furnace, I can get it all back. So definitely will be doing that. But yeah, let's... I think iron. Yeah. I wonder if I can just put that in there. Even if, I don't even know if that would do anything. Alright, so it's not like super fast, but it's faster. And yeah. So these blocks of coals, by the way, last for a very long time. I think I've only put 3 in there or something. I don't even know how many I put in there. Alright, but anyway. So there is the Mace Raider. And there we go. What else have we got? Just looking at the required ones. So basic pump. This is for pumping oil. Probably needs, yeah, I figured those things are so annoying. I really need a better way to make circuits. Is there any... I mean, the main thing I need to be working towards is the blast furnace. Yeah, I'm not even going to turn that in yet. I don't know where I want to go with that. So there's this one, Certus Quartz. I haven't found a Certus Quartz vein yet. Right, gallium and arsenic. I don't even... arsenic. Where do I get this from? Realgar. What the heck is that called? Zimbabwe's dust? Alright, so this is a thing. So this wants me to get some small ores. That's... and the deep dark cassiterite. But obviously we're not going to deep dark anytime soon. At least I don't think so. Alright, so there isn't a... not seeing a recipe for that, so don't know how to get there. Alright, so this is for diodes. That seems like a lot of work just to get some diodes. Alright, so the battery buffer, I think, let's, yeah, this is easy. Let's go ahead and make this. So, is that even enough? Yeah, that's enough, I think. I need 16. So yeah, I already crushed down 10 of them, so it's going pretty quick. The only problem is that once I get a battery buffer, I'm going to have to switch these out. Alright, do I have... I can actually... this one's actually empty right now. Why don't I just go ahead and use this chest? I'll make a new one when I need it. But for now, we'll just do this, and then need my usual... plates. Doing okay on wrought iron, but yeah. So I noticed if you do blocks of coke oven, the steam boiler will drop down to about 600 before it gets a new thing of it, whereas if you do it individually, it only drops down to about 940. So it's probably more efficient if you're using creosote to get use just single coke, or obviously build more than one coke oven. All right. So we will that. What do I need to do this in assembler? Alright, so I do need polyethylene to do it in assembler. But maybe I wouldn't need the polyethylene. Alright, so for this one, there we go, and it is, yep. Got an achievement, got a quest complete. Nice. Now it says upgrade your battery buffer to hold 9 batteries. Can I use this to upgrade it? No. See, that's a bit of a pain, I think. I wish you could. Yeah. Yeah, there's only one way to do that. So I'd have to, I can smelt this back down, I think. Can't I? Yeah. So I'll get the steel back if I did this. I'd get the steel and tin back. I wouldn't get the rubber, obviously. Or the wood. So it's not completely wasted, which is okay. So, alright, for this, now we're starting to get into having to rearrange here. Now, I'm pretty sure this can't go up. No, you can't put the output on the top. It has to be on one of the sides, which is a bit annoying. So I'm thinking maybe, oh, see, I have water in this. Unless I raise this up one, have it output to the battery buffer, and then send the battery buffer down. That's probably what I'll do. Alright. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to worry about this 15 minutes, but if I do that, put that there. I gotta be careful with this line. I don't want to burn up all this tin cable, but if we put the battery buffer in there, I can output it down. And then, man, I'm like so nervous. I don't have a backup thing in my... I don't have a backup mod. Let me do a quick backup here, because I'm just afraid I'm going to like blow up machines and waste a whole bunch of time. So let me pause really quick. We will come back after I back up this save, and we'll see what happens. Alright, I did a quick backup, and I'm going to test how these cabling works too. Okay, so we had our cable, it's back there, and like this cable is blocking my access to it. So I'm curious, like, what would be the easiest way to connect this? Now I'm just noticing this isn't connected either. Now it's connected. All right, so these battery buffers, I believe, have a internal buffer too. So that's why I was kind of feeling that. But I'm curious if I think I can just, if I right click on this, shift right click maybe? Yep, okay. So since technically that thing is blocked by the other things around it, if you shift right click on this, the actual thing, it will connect. Now, Yeah, it's facing down. Alright, so I have a bunch of batteries here. I can only have 4 in this thing anyway, so let's pull this one out. Put it in there. It should be, now technically it should be draining, and this thing should be filling it back up. Right? Curious why that is. It shouldn't be outputting more than it's getting. I don't think. Alright, so that filled that up. There we go, that filled that back up. It's probably like internal buffers and stuff. Now I can put a second battery in here, but I gotta be careful. This is where I'm getting a little nervous. So if I put this in here, it's fine. So I only have 1 tin cables, like 1 amp can go through these, but I have 2 batteries in here. And in Gregtech, that would make the wires burn up. But in this version of Gregtech, that does not happen. But if I try to run like these 2 machines at the same time, that might cause an issue. And I kind of want to test it out, but I'm a little worried, to be honest. I don't want to like blow stuff up. Now I'm probably going to have to make motors again in the future. So how about we do 12 lathes. Okay, so we're running this. Thing. So now let me see if I can make, I don't really need iron plates, but how about we do steel plates. Now I'm purposely kind of messing this up so we can see what happens if I try to run 2 things at the same time. Yep, so there it goes. So I tried to run 2 amps through that line. This line only got the 1. So it was coming out the 2 amps. 1 amp was going in here, 1 amp was going in here. This cable was fine because it can handle 2 amps, but this cable was fine because it only had the 1, but this one was being overloaded. Which I like much better, to be honest, because you don't have to have the entire line. Like if I had 16 batteries in here, I wouldn't have to run 16 X cables all the way along to the very end when the ones at the very end aren't needing that many. Now I am going to have to upgrade this. If I want to put the 4 batteries in here, what I would probably do, or all I would need to do at this point would be, let me, do I have any tin? I look like I may be out of tin. Alright, so I gotta go, actually, no. It's up here, right? Cassiterite? Yeah, alright, so I have plenty. Let's take this out. There we go. Crush that down. Alright. Oh, okay, so this one, here we go. So this is not getting any more power now. So it's using the internal buffer, which we can't see yet. I believe there's an item that we can craft eventually that will, you can see the internal buffer. It doesn't show on the tooltip. But it's using the internal buffer, and there it goes. Now it's starting to use the battery, even though it's not getting any power. Alright, so let me just... Do I need to grind this down anymore? No, I can just immediately smelt that, which I will. So what I'm thinking... See, okay, the problem... I don't want to make too many cables that I can't... I mean, I can get this all back, but it's wasting... Wasting rubber is the issue, and I don't want to waste rubber. Alright, so that's... I gotta, like, what I'm trying to figure out is how many machines I want kind of in this line. Because if I do like 2x 10 cables, then I'll have to like upgrade it again and again, and I can't. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with these. Oh, I can smelt them down. Wait, let me look at that. 2x 10. Obviously, I'll lose the rubber, which is a bit of a pain. Alright. So I can actually smelt that down. So that's good to know. Oh, they have 12 X cables? Let me look at this. So there's 1, 2, 4, 8, 12, 16. Alright, so 12 is like a new size. Usually it's 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. The only weird thing is the battery buffers will have 9. There's a 9 slot battery buffer, but you can only have 8 10 cables, so I get like, because it's like 1, then it's 4, then it's 9, then 16. But I wish they would have just made it an 8 slot battery buffer. So I guess I should probably have 4. Yeah, we'll do that, I think. So if we do put that in there, we'll auto output it to the left. No, we're not going to auto output that because I need to turn that into 4x cables. Now the 4x cables require 2 rubber sheets. It's a bit annoying that it shows all those. I don't want it to show all of them. Alright, so there's the 4x. If we do, you can add this stuff to it and it uses less, which is pretty cool. I think I did that in Gregtech. Here we go. So, no. Oh my goodness, we're trying to figure out how many millibuckets it uses. But there, it shows all the recipes. Alright, so 4x. So it uses 288, which is 2 ingots worth for the 4. Whereas this one uses 1. This also uses 1. 8 uses 3, 4, and 5. Alright. So 1 and 2 are the same, but the other ones use increasingly more. Oops. Alright, so we got those 4. We'll put those in there. And then while we melt that down. It's using all the batteries that I have there because I broke these. Alright, so I'm probably not going to do this quite yet, but it is required for something. So I'm going to have to do that eventually. Alright. Alright, so the compressor is another one that's required. And then obviously the blast furnaces. But now that I have... Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, where am I going to put this blast furnace? That's something to think about. Guess I didn't need to smelt that all down. But anyway, so here is the 4x 10 cables. I guess we'll break these as well. Alright, so yeah, basically at the very end of the line is where you can have the lower ones. So I'd have like the 1 there, 2x there, and then the 4x kind of there. So let me, and 4x is, what is that, 4? Yeah, it's 2 each. So that's actually pretty cheap, to be honest. Yeah, that's actually, with the tin ingots, not too bad. Now these do have loss in the cables, obviously. It's 1, even with 16, it's only like 1 EU per meter, so I feel like that's a little more forgiving. I could be totally forgetting, but I thought in my Greg block series, I thought the higher, if it was 16, it would be like 2. Maybe I'm misthinking. All right, but there is basically, I can run all these now with 4 batteries, and we'll throw them all in, I guess. There we go. We have 4 batteries in here. They're not. Yeah. Oh, they're probably charging up this battery. Right. So it's getting 32. It's sending 32 out. Now, the way the batteries charge, these should... Let me turn this off so we can check this out. Once this turns off, we're not running anything else, right? No, nothing else is running. Alright, so there we go. So turned off. Now the batteries should all be charging at once. Yep. So the internal buffer, which we can't see, the turbine is filling up the internal buffer, and then it's charging every battery from the internal buffer. So that's how these work. So if I had 16 batteries, all 16 would be charging at once instead of going along the line, which, if anyone remembered from my Greg block series, could cause some issues, especially with the ultimate battery, since you couldn't charge more than 1 because they would never fill up. But yeah, so that feels pretty good. We got our buffer here, and oops, I missed that accidentally. Throw that back in there. Just trying to keep that going. It's still producing steam, just it slows down a bit. Actually, I don't know if I need that quite yet. Alright, but that feels pretty good. Now that I have batteries, I need to maybe start thinking about my blast furnace. But in order to... Well, I'll still use my primitive blast furnace for my steel, I think. Because to do steel in the electric blast furnace, we can even find which one is the right one. So there we go. So blast furnace, I will probably doing, not iron dust, iron ingot is what I was, is that not allowed? Alright, so you may not be able to use, I thought you could use ingots. but it looks like you might not be able to use ingots. But anyway, iron dust with some oxygen. We got to add oxygen. I have no way to get oxygen yet. So before we kind of like have to do steel in there, we're going to have to figure out how to get oxygen. Now aluminum or aluminium is also done in the blast furnace. Well, there's 9 different ways to do it, but mostly I will be doing the aluminum. We need to find nitrogen. It's actually looking, no, okay. So aluminum, you can just do that. No liquids or gases or anything. It takes 85 seconds, but we need MV, which is fine. What does this do? 60 seconds, 85 seconds. So adding nitrogen just makes it go faster. Alright, but it needs MV power, but obviously we're in the LV age, so how do we do that? Either build more turbines, but obviously you're going to need more steam to be filling those up, or use battery buffers. So I will be using battery buffers to power this. Blast furnace. The problem is, where am I going to put it? That is definitely something to think about. I don't know if I'm quite ready to build the blast furnace yet. I think I would rather it's better be better to replace all my other machines first, kind of like upgrade my infrastructure before I start getting into the next tier. Get ready for tier 3. Isn't that tier 2? Oh, we're in tier 2. That's right, because Steam is tier 1. Alright, I will look at this gallium dust, because that will get us diodes. Which are these things. And these make easier... Yeah. Although I need molten glass and stuff. But these make easier circuits, I believe, than the glass vacuum tubes or whatever we're using. I think that's what replaces them. Yeah. Holy cow, what is that? Ultra low voltage energy buffer. Interesting. Seems like really advanced for a ULV recipe. Okay, so there's the vacuum tubes. Yeah. And if we... Okay, so no, that's right. Or maybe not. I don't know. So... I don't think I can make these yet. Yeah, MV. Molten polyethylene. Yeah, no way I can make those yet. Anyway, I will look up the different quests and see where I want to go from here. A bow and a quiver. That's cool. But I'm not a huge into like fighting, so I kind of avoid it as much as possible, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to go through this and figure out kind of where I want to go with what machines. I would like a sifting machine. I think I'm actually going to produce these. Yeah, so I'm thinking I may do this quest. Although that is... Well, you get 5 from 5 iron bars. I don't know. We'll see. But I would like to kind of fortify my base a little bit. Because this, as we can hear, this slime is in the water somewhere, and that gets kind of annoying. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Kind of looked at how the power, the Gregtech power works, so that's always pretty good to see. And yeah, we'll move on from there for next episode. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.